I really do appreciate you for coming on and talking about mental health. And like the whole purpose of it is to, just talk with athletes and our followers about like how important it is to consider that portion of your life and really talk through it and know like everyone kind of goes through it as an athlete, as a person, and just kind of normalize these conversations. So I really do appreciate you for coming on. And go ahead and explain a little bit about your experience, about your journey, so people could get to know a little bit who you are before we dive in.
Paris, Austin. Um, Went to Bishop O'Dowd High School, won a state championship. Then went to Boise State, played there for 2 years before transferring and coming back home to Cal. I'm from Oakland, California. Played 2 years at Cal, and just now trying to figure it out on this pro journey.
Yeah. Hey, look, Oakland, I'm telling you, the support up there is something I've never experienced in my whole entire life.
I mean, I think it's the Bay Area too. Like they show
Absolutely.
people and our culture here
Absolutely. Because when I went up there, I was like, yo, this is completely different than SoCal.
way different.
So how was that for you, like moving from the Bay Area to Boise State? Was it like a huge transition? What like how was that?
At first it was like when I got down there, I just remember I came, like I graduated, and literally the next day I graduated, I went straight out there. Like I didn't have no summer or anything. So as soon as I got down there, like I didn't know anybody, barely knew the team. Not even all the guys from the team was there. So it was only probably about 5, 6 guys, and we were just getting to know each other. But it's a college town, so it's
Okay.
not it's not much you can do. It's only probably about one mall. Everything is right in downtown, and it's not no like excursions or anything else to do. Like besides probably going to the river, it's really boring. So
Dang.
like so like when I first got down there for the whole time, I was kind of like I was homesick because it wasn't everybody from campus wasn't there. My
Right.
team all weren't always weren't there. So I was literally just I was working out with a few guys that was there, and I was going back home. I was chilling. I was eating just because it wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was hard at first. It was definitely hard just being away from my family for the first time, um,
Absolutely.
and just being isolated like that. But I got used to it.
So how did you end up getting used to it? Because a lot of people talk about homesickness, but they really don't go in depth about like strategies that help them like overcome it because it's it takes a toll on you if you don't really know what you're doing and you're constantly like practicing. You know what I mean?
I think for me, um, I was able to do it because I was excited to play basketball. I'm in college. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at it this way. I'm looking at all the great things that can come from it. I'm not looking at it as like anything bad or anything of that sort. So for me, I was just looking at that like, oh, it's gonna pay off. Like this is short. This is short time. Like I'm not gonna be here for too much longer without a lot of people coming in and interacting. So once
Right.
school and everything got started, like it was one of the funnest. It was super fun because like I said, it's a college town. You're gonna get 13,000 at each game. The football team is really good,
Yep.
and then obviously just that college atmosphere, that college life. So it was good. Like it was a lot different from Cal because Cal was so big of a university. It's so many people.
Mm,
You know,
true.
I think Cal had 40,000 or maybe 60,000 students. Like when I was at Boise, we only had 22,000.
Wait, really?
Yeah, only 22,000 admission. So you knew a lot of the people on campus, like all the athletes, we all kicked it. Like we
Yeah.
all went to parties together. We all did activities together. Like we all always was hanging out. As opposed to Cal, it was a little different. It's a lot bigger, a lot more sports. Everybody isn't as close. It's different.
Yeah. Nah, that makes a lot of sense. No, because like I didn't even think about it because Cal was only like my real only school that I played at, and then when I went to USC, I was able to kind of see the size difference because like it was private, but that makes a lot of sense. You're basically saying it was a little more intimate at Boise State because there wasn't as many students. So you guys were able to really get to know each other in comparison to Cal, where everyone, like the school, the campus is huge, first off. And then, the sports are spread out. You got Haas down here, and then you got the stadium up the hill. So it's just a completely different vibe.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So how was your experience playing at Boise?
I would say my experiences was good. I had I played in a good league. Like I liked playing in that league. It was fun. It was competitive. But my family didn't really get to see me play that often.
Mm,
You know, being out in Boise, like they would see me if we came to Cali and stuff. And then I was kind of ready to leave.
yeah.
I didn't want to be there no more. And and when I came to Cal, like my family was able to see every game. Um, and then I was super excited to come back home playing in Pac-12. I
Right.
always wanted to play playing in Pac-12, but I never pictured myself ever playing at Cal. That was the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I didn't go to many Cal games. I wasn't like Cal, Cal, Cal.
Yeah.
A lot of kids from LA, like UCLA, USC, that's
Yeah.
their dream schools. Like it wasn't that case for me. So I was just it changed my perspective. I was happy to come back home and play and be in front of my family. I um as regard to, just being at the school, I didn't mind just going to the school. I knew that I'd be able to do the work. And
Mhm.
then outside of that, like being in Boise, like I said, it wasn't much to do. But
Right.
when I was back home at Cal, it was like I didn't have to do stuff on campus or try to find things to do. I'm from here, so I could go hang out with my friends or go here, go back home on a Friday if I wanted to. I lived 20 minutes from Cal, you know.
True. Yeah.
So that was the best part about it.
No, right. Like I agree with that. Like how it kind of going back to your last point, homesickness can really affect kind of like your experience and kind of go and seep over into your athletic career. So how was it for you and how big of impact was it for you once you're able to be surrounded by family and see them that they're closer to you while you're playing?
Oh, I think that was super big for me. I had times when I was at Boise where I was like, I may not be playing well, or you going through stuff in practice, you going through stuff in school. And I had times where I really felt I was alone.
Yes.
Like it was times where, you're not doing good in school, or even if you're not doing good on the court, it's a lot of behind the scenes things that happens in practice and stuff. And like I said, just feeling alone, sometimes you don't want to be around a team, or you don't want to be around a team. You want to just be around somebody you know, that you can hang out with, or some family that can ease your mind. So, anything that I had problems with at school, I was able to leave and just release, go hang out with some friends and forget about it and then come back to it, as
Right.
opposed to, just always thinking about it like, man, I'm not doing good. I'm not playing
Yeah.
well, because it affects everything. It affects the way you interact with people. Like when you're not feeling good inside, or as for an athlete, if I know for a lot of people, for me, like if basketball isn't going good, this isn't going good, I don't feel good. So I'm like,
Absolutely.
I don't feel good. So I think it plays a huge role. A huge
Man.
role.
Nah, you said it perfectly, and I think a lot of people go through that, like, especially when you said when you're not playing well and then school is like not really, you know, the best, and then you're already not feeling some of your teammates, which doesn't happen all the time. Let me just put that in as a
Yeah,
disclosure, but sometimes it does, and you feel like that phone call to your family just ain't cutting it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
And
it's
then,
completely different.
and then too, everybody is different. Everybody
Huh?
may not, you know, aren't super open with their teammates, or super transparent. Some people may just be closed off, or to themselves.
Yeah,
And those are the people that that probably deal with a lot of stuff on their own.
true.
And a phone call isn't always cutting it.
Right.
It's
No,
not.
seriously. Because I noticed some people, like how you said, were able to talk with their family for like 5 minutes and be cool. Like that's all they need. But I was very a family oriented person before I left. Like I didn't even really leave. That was my first time really leaving my family, was going to Cal. So it was like a completely different experience for me. And when you go to college, like it's a business. Like they're gonna be like, okay, I know you miss your family, but I'm gonna need you to do well on the court. Like because this is our job. We want us to win games. Like I know you might be going through something, but yeah, like let's put that to the side for a second. Let's do this game. And I'm just like, no, it's like a whole thing that comes with it. Like if my mental is good, if my emotional aspect is good, like I'm a play better, you know?
Or very much.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And so that kind of brings me to the point of when you came to Cal, was there a lot of expectations for you that you had to endure or like different pressures that you felt coming back to your hometown and people knowing you?
I would say for me, yes and no. I would say yes because you know having all this hype in high school and then going to a situation and then coming back to Cal, it's like it's another opportunity for
Mhm.
me. The the main expectations I wanted to do was win,
Mm.
but I didn't realize how hard it is to win, especially playing in a Power Five conference. Winning is hard, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so I expected to win more than we did because we didn't win many games. So when you're not winning games, it don't matter how good you playing individually because it's almost like yeah you're good or but your team isn't winning. It's not transparent. You know
Mhm.
when your team is playing well and you guys are winning, everybody looks good.
Yeah.
So that's a big part.
How did that affect you?
Uh, it affected me because I just felt like I think when I was leaving Boise, I was so happy to come to Cal. I was just ready to just play and start fresh. But I mean, losing is tough. Like you said, when it's a
Yeah.
business, so when you losing and you losing and losing, like it's not good in practice. Like
Mhm.
coaches is on you on your head in practice. Then it's like after the games, everybody just pissed off. You feel me?
Yep.
Then you may have, you know, it's always stuff within the team. When you losing, some people don't feel like the teammates should go out or this and that.
Yep.
It's so many different aspects that go into a team, and when you losing, it's just everything is bad and everybody's always pointing fingers, always, it's a lot that go on with that.
Man, it's a lot. It's so much. And it's crazy, like, when I look back at it, how much we've really been through. Like, that stuff is not really normal all at once because you got to realize, like, student athletes are not just students and not just athletes. We're both. And on top of that, we're dealing with outside stuff that might be happening politically, might be dealing with outside stuff that's dealing with our family, or like even like, the possibilities are endless. And in the last interview that I did, it was like, he had mentioned that taking care of yourself is really important. And that not just like the athletic part that people see, but your
I
whole self.
I think you talked about being a student athlete. I think we have all the same pressure that everybody regularly has, like other students,
Mhm.
except I think we have more pressure because obviously playing a sport, you having to work on your body physically. It's a job, in college it's a business, so you're always working on your body. But then it's like you're not necessarily always giving your mental a break. You putting a lot of pressure on your mental because
Yeah.
you putting pressure on yourself to do this. I got to do this. I have to do that. Not to mention you still have to do everything that the other students have to do with with classes and studying and papers and
Yeah.
all that. But we don't necessarily have the same amount of hours that they do in a day because we working on our body. You
True.
know, and
True.
then And then all that type of stuff affects you on the court, whether people know it. Like some people say it may not affect them, but I'm sure it does in some way here or
Mhm.
there. You know, when you're dealing with
Absolutely.
stuff on the outside, when you're dealing with stuff, with your team, and then it all plays a part into your mental. Like it's a combined effort, everything.
Yeah. Man, like that's so true. It does. And it even though like how you said people may not say it does, I think it does in, maybe in a different way in comparison to someone else because like how you said everybody's different, you know? So what type of stuff were you able to do to help you focus more on, your mental and getting yourself right because as you said, it still keeps going. So what allows you to kind of, lock in, focus up, and try to be the best player person that you could be?
Uh, I think for me, uh, I think it starts with each person individually, how they are. I'm more
Mhm.
of a laid back type person. Like I don't try to put too much pressure on myself. You know, I
Yeah.
don't try to control things that I can't control. So I mentioned one thing about myself, like when something isn't going right in basketball or something isn't going right, it affects me in other places because I may tend to think about what can I do to benefit that. But like I said, I don't try to put those pressures on myself anymore, things that I can't control. But it starts with your mental, you whatever it is that your intention or your goal is, you gotta break it down. You gotta think about it. What can I do to what's gonna make me feel better in this moment? How can I prevent these type of things, that may
Yeah.
cause this type of tension or stress on me or make me feel this type of way. So I think for me, I just I just realized that it's probably one day in a book. You got to take it at one day at a time. If I had a bad day today, I don't want to have a bad day tomorrow. I can't have two.
Mhm.
I don't want to have two bad days in a row. So try to just turn that page because life keeps going.
And
So
no, that's facts. Kind of switching gears a little bit, how has it been for you going professional? Like explain a little bit about like what's going on right now and kind of like what you're doing.
for me right now, I'm just working out. It's been kind of tough for me because obviously being a player that got done, during COVID.
Yeah.
My basketball kind of stopped because of the COVID. So, I didn't get to do many workouts or things like that of sort. I was just working out. And then now that the year is coming back around, I'm just trying to prepare myself, to go play somewhere. I kind of got to build myself back up
Mhm.
because college is like the best platform for an athlete. I don't think sometimes when we're in college we realize that, but it's the best platform. People are constantly always seeing you, and you can
True.
always have it's always an eye on you. When you're done with it, like you got to start all the way. You got to start and build all the way back up.
Yeah. No, like you're speaking facts. And so many people are going through what you're going through at the moment where they had to take that break because of COVID. And it was not like a break that you chose. It's a break that you had to do. Like everything stopped, you know? So I feel like there's a lot of people in the same boat that are trying to figure out like, all right, I'm working out, I'm talking to my agent, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing if I'm gonna go overseas. Like it's kind of like a stressful point. So how have you been during this time?
It's been stressful for me because I just been like kind of just waiting to figure out when I'm gonna leave, when I'm gonna go, when I'm gonna play.
Mhm.
But I just been continuing to just work. So when my opportunity comes, when my time come, I'm ready. That's all I can do. I can't control it. I could just continue to work. When I get invited places to these type of trials, these workouts, perform as well as I can, and put it in God's hand. As long as I continue to work out, continue to get better, the opportunity will present itself.
Yeah, I agree. And I know like I don't want to say or mention anything out loud unless you're, okay with it, but you have had some really
Yeah.
hard experiences lately, and I know like that is something that can really affect a person or 1000% affect a person. And how have you been able to persevere and stay strong during everything?
Uh, just trying to move forward.
Yeah.
I think I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Like I said, I can't control certain things that happen, but life goes on. So I try to look at it, take the positive out of it.
Mhm.
With everything happened with my mom, just trying to look positive. Do things that'll make her happy. Do things that make me happy, and just keep pushing forward.
Absolutely. No, I think that's, I've been keeping up with you and seeing like you work out and grinding like it didn't stop, you know what I mean? And I could tell that you had, an extra focus because you wanted to, really make her proud and to continue on like doing what you love. And that's so I have so much respect for you. You know what I mean? And you've always been that person, like regardless of what you've gone through, you've always like persevered, and that's why I really wanted to have you on the show because um like even transferring, like we don't think that's tough, we
Now,
really don't, but like even that is tough because you're going one from a whole different, community, a whole different team. You gotta adjust. You gotta adjust to different coaching styles. You may have a winning season, you may have a losing season. Either way, you still gotta step on the court 100%. You know what I mean? So
for
there's like
sure.
so many different things that goes on with it. I think my last question would be, what advice would you give to someone that's dealing with a similar situation as you, as like transferring, dealing with difficult times, going pro,
I
being
would
a
say,
high recruit?
I would say, just try to look at the positive things that you got going for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, athletes that are, just keep working, keeping your head straight on, because, tough times don't last, tough people do. And it's not gonna always be a rainy day. You're gonna have better days. So just always trying to remember, it's not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Just continue to keep working, keep going, keep grinding. You're gonna have that next opportunity, and that's what I'm doing. My next opportunity, I believe it's gonna come soon. But I'm gonna be ready. I've been grinding, just working hard, and waiting for my moment.
Man, absolutely. I think you finished that off well. And I'm so thankful to have you on. You have literally, look, people don't know, but we've been rocking ever since you came to Cal, like since
I
day
met you as soon as
one.
I got to Cal. Yeah,
Yeah, like I wish we had the story told. Basically, let me tell it real quick. So I had this like pink scooter, right? And every time like we would go out, like the volleyball team would go out or fly out to play a game, I would leave my scooter at the basketball guy's house. This guy in Paris over here would drive the pink scooter,
you got to
like
pick school.
look with confidence too. It's bright pink like Zoe 101, and not playing.
I think I think maybe the first time I rode the scooter, I didn't even put on a helmet. I didn't even
You
put on
did
a helmet.
it?
No, I think the first time I rode it, I didn't put on a helmet, and then I was like riding a pink scooter, and I saw my coach on Telegraph. I saw him on Telegraph. He was like, "You better go put on a helmet. What you doing riding a scooter?" And it was the fact that it was pink. He took a picture of me and everything. He was like,
Did he
"Put on a
really?
helmet." Yeah, he was like, "Go put on a helmet." So then I seen some other people and they were telling me, bro, they was like, "That's dangerous. That's dangerous." Because
Yeah.
I didn't. That was like my first time riding one of those scooters, so I was just having fun, but I didn't realize that it didn't have like how dangerous it was. So I was just riding it, but then I had started wearing a helmet.
Paris, that's like almost a motorcycle, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I wasn't even following the rules. Like I was driving down the opposite streets. I didn't care. Like I pictured it like me being on a dirt bike or something. Like I'm
Yo,
not- I'm just riding.
I'm screaming. Didn't you guys weren't even allowed to ride scooters, huh? You guys were
We
banned.
we weren't.
I'm screaming. Yo,
I
see,
was I was just doing it because I never rode a scooter like that before.
Man, this is what I'm saying. When we've been rocking since day one,
Yeah,
like, yo, that I need that picture, by the way.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I got it. I got it somewhere. I gotta find it. This is pretty funny though.
Yeah. So where can they find you at if they want to keep up with you?
I mean, you can just find me on my Instagram. You know, I think Instagram now is an easy way for people to find each other. My Instagram is Chef Boy Paris. You know, I think that's an easy way. Uh,
Perfect. You have a Twitter?
yeah, but I don't even use my Twitter no more. It's
Okay.
it's at Paris Austin 30, I believe.
Okay.
I don't use it. I stopped using it during the pandemic. Like
Really?
I used to tweet a lot, and then I just stopped. Like
Yeah.
I'll probably get back on it probably in the next 6 months. I gave myself probably almost 2 years off of it.
Got it. Yeah, you're not coming back. It's all
Yeah,
right. It's all right, but they can find you on Instagram.
yeah,
We got you.
on my Instagram.
We
Yeah, yeah,
got you
probably
on
on my
that.
Instagram.
Nah, but I really do appreciate you again. And if you need anything, we got you over here on this side.
No, for sure. And I appreciate you having me. I love what y'all did with the channel, how it's been growing. I remember when you first started it,
Oh
and to
man,
see where it's at
appreciate it.
now, like the followers, the content, y'all doing a great job.
Nah, thank you so much, man. We're fan for life.
For sure, for sure.